Naturally, it would be terribly inefficient for every computer on the network to process ARP broadcast packet. Instead, the network interface cards of the devices on the network for whom the packet is not destined recognize that the packet is not for them. So the packet is discarded rather than being passed to the CPU for processing. Now, by using promiscuous mode, we ensure that all the traffic is captured. When operating in promiscuous mode, the network interface card passes every packet it sees to the host processor, regardless of addressing. Once the packet makes it to the CPU, it can then be grabbed by Wireshark for analysis. There are three primary ways to capture traffic from a target device on a switched network. The first one is ARP cache poisoning or man-in-the-middle attack. We will see the details of this technique in the next demo. The second method is using a tap. A network tap is a hardware device that you can place between two points on your cabling system in order to capture the packets between those 2 points. The third method is port mirroring. Port mirroring or port spanning is perhaps the easiest way to capture the traffic from a target device on a switched network. In this type of setup, you must have access to the command line or web management interface of the switch on which the target computer is located. Also, the switch must support mirroring, of course, and have an empty port into which you can plug your sniffer. Now it's time for the cool stuff. Let's see a demo how to set up port mirroring on a Cisco switch. As you can see, I'm already connected to the console of the Cisco switch. To enable port mirroring, you issue a command that forces the switch to copy all traffic on one port to another port. Let's see the list of ports on this device. Show IP interface brief will do the job. Maybe you're not familiar with Cisco switches commands. That's fine. This is just a simple example. As you can see, I have 18 Ethernet ports. Now let's say I want to install my sniffer on port 2 and forward all the traffic from port 1 to port 2. To start the configuration commands, we issue the configure terminal command first. Next, we need to specify the source port, which is port 1 for our example. You start your command by typing monitor followed by a random session number. It could be any number of your choice. Then we specify that it's a source. Finally, we enter the port number. Now it's the turn for the destination, and this is where our sniffer is sitting. Same command with the same session number, but this time it's a destination, and the port number is 2. Let's see if our work is saved. Good job. We can see that the source port is fast Ethernet number 1 and the destination port is fast Ethernet number 2. That's it. You're done. After these steps, all the packets will be forwarded from port 1 to port 2.